What's up, everybody? It's Hey John. I jabber opportunities nonstop. In today's video, I'll be going over some news from Edward Snowden, a follow-up to El Salvador, and of course, cover our beloved Dogecoin charts. And by the way, if you're a new viewer, I thank you for watching. But of course, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you've been watching me for a while, do me a huge favor and smash the like button because it helps get these videos out to more folks. Thank you so much. Let's get right into it. So, Edward Snowden, a whistleblower of the CIA. Well, guess what? He is now announcing and sharing news about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically. He has seen El Salvador buy 400 Bitcoins, and he noted some interesting observations here. He was saying that, you know what, for cryptocurrency, it really rewards the early adopters. And for the ones who are coming late, well, he says, by he, I mean Edward Snowden, says that you should get into the game sooner rather than later, because this game really incentivizes the early adopters. If you come later on, well, you're buying at the top. And the truth is, the folks on the bottom who bought early on, they aren't going to sell until they get oodles and oodles of money. Yes, oodles and oodles of money. So if you've been waiting on the sidelines to get your Bitcoins, Dogecoins, Ethereums, well, as they always say in the stock market, time in the market is greater than timing the market. Yes, you can buy dips and everything. Yes, you can wait for a big pullback, but they only come every so often and every so many months. So if you have insane amount of patience, hey, that's cool. But for most folks out there, it's better to just cost average and buy over time. You know, maybe set a schedule, maybe buy one time every month, twice every month, you know, set aside a certain kind of portion, percentage of your paycheck, whatever it may be. Because the truth is, cryptocurrency is going to be the future, but it is just that, the future. So make sure you don't go all in, make sure you don't put your house money into it, and only put money you can afford to play with. All right, so moving on here. El Salvador, there was a poll that was done recently, and it said 65% of the El Salvadoran citizens say, hey, you know what? I do not want to get paid in Bitcoins or cryptocurrency. And you know what? I say that is fantastic. You're like, wait, hey, John, why would you say that's fantastic when 65% of the population of El Salvador says, hey, I do not want to get paid in cryptocurrency? Well, I'll tell you why that is good news, because that means 65% of the population, right? They are knowledgeable of what cryptocurrency is and what Bitcoin and Dogecoin, etc. is. So the fact that they're even knowledgeable of what it is, that's what you want. You want folks to understand and know what it is. In America, I would say there's probably less than 1% of the population who even know what cryptocurrency is. So in Salvador, they are doing leaps and bounds in terms of cryptocurrency education and getting the information out, even at the basic level. So I think that is phenomenal. And the fact that they have 35% of the people who are willing to take it as a payment, businesses, etc., I think that's fantastic because, again, El Salvador is the testing grounds for Bitcoin as a legal tender for currency. Okay, so this is fantastic. It is just the beginning. So of course, there's gonna be a rocky road here, right? But as you know, over time, the more and more it's there, the more and more to use it, well, guess what? It'll gain more and more market adoption in El Salvador. It's a matter of when and not if. Because if it's there all the time, you will get used to it. Your initial predispositions to it will go away. Because it is just now the new norm and you get used to it. And you know what? That's fine too. So with that being said, the interesting to note here is that El Salvador's bond curve has recently inverted. And the reason why it's inverted is because El Salvador has recently taken Bitcoin as a legal tender and they're starting to accept it. And as you know, that is not a good thing for the El Salvador bond, but the reason why is because people are seeing that as more risky now, more volatility, because as you know, Bitcoin, right? A few days ago, it was at 52K. Now it's around, well, 45K. So you're seeing a big dip, right? With US dollars, it's pretty flatline and pretty stable. So with that being said, that is the reason why we are seeing that for El Salvador. But as a nation, though, as a country for El Salvador, kudos to you for taking the first step to your many, many steps in the future for legal tender of Bitcoin. And of course, there will be a $400 million savings against Western Union because of all of those transaction fees. So long term, this is going to be phenomenal for you guys. All you guys got to do is just stay back, hold on for the ride, and you will be just fine, in my opinion, because Bitcoin is coming and Dogecoin is next. So let's get into the charts now. All right, guys and gals, let's go ahead and check out them charts now. So Dogecoin on a daily right now, we're seeing a new moon. When you see a new moon, that means we're going to see some more price pressure to the downside. So check it out. The other day I was drawing a descending triangle, and normally it is bullish, but in this case here, it's actually bearish because we're seeing the descending line here. It is turning into a resistance, and as a Dogecoin bull, that is not something you want to see. And we are now seeing the RSI indicator. It was in an upward trajectory, and now it's kind of flatlining and kind of coming back down. So this could be a new bear cycle. By new, I mean a continuing bear cycle, because with this RSI indicator, we were never able to cross the beautiful zero line. So what that means is that if this continues down in the days to come, and it probably will because it's a weekend and there'll be weaker momentum into Dogecoin, that means that we're going to see some more price pressure to the downside, most likely. But the one thing to note here is that if you kind of zoom out a little bit here, right? Well, let me zoom in this case here to show you guys more specifically. We're seeing a converging of an upward trend line and the descending and the temporary descending trend line as well. So the question is, between these two lines here, we are reaching an impasse where we will do something like this right here, kind of trade in the middle right here, right? But the question is, do we break up or do we break down? That is the $1,000,000 question. So I suspect this weekend we may just trade range bound inside of this new merging of the ascending and descending trend lines. Little strange, but that is what it is currently, though. So long term, we're seeing a nice upward trend. Short term, we're seeing a downward trend. And currently, we're trading within that range. And I just want to reiterate that if you're looking for a position in Dogecoin right now, I would say it's a good idea to wait to see where it pans out. Because currently, we're trading below the moving averages right here, which is the Agora reactionary ribbon here. So with that being said, that is a bearish sign. Another bearish sign is on a daily as well. We're seeing the RSI flatline from a curve up in the RSI bearish territory. So now it's flatlining, and if it comes back down, then that means that's another sign of a bearish pullback here. And we're also seeing a new moon here. So I'm seeing three signals that all signal bearish activity. And if these things all come to fruition and we see the RSI kind of pull back, then I'm going to say we have a higher chance of coming down instead of going up. Of course, we still need to watch a 2215 support line because that was a long-term resistance. Over here, you can see in the previous past here, right? You can see what on July 21 through about August 7th, right? The whole time, 2215 was a resistance. So it took us about a month to break through that. And now we're above it now here, right? So we want to stay above it. It's very important that we stay above 2215. If you're looking for a position, I would say, hey, look around there. Because if 2215 breaks, then my golly, 1533 can potentially be on deck, all right? And that is a previous last strongest support line. So we really do not want to give up 2215. I want to emphasize that and drive that home, okay, folks? This is not a buy or sell signal. These are the current technical analysis and things we need to watch out for. And currently we're seeing more bearish reasons than bullish reasons. Another bearish news is Coinbase and SEC are going to go head to head with lawsuits and litigation. So that is not a good thing for the cryptocurrency market, because when you see a lawsuit, usually, as they say, right, innocent until proven guilty. What does that mean? Well, it means that we're going to see volatility and, most importantly, uncertainty in the cryptocurrency market, because if you're seeing a huge IPO'd Coinbase company, a cryptocurrency company, which is an exchange that, you know, trades cryptos like a stock for the most part, and you see them going into litigation with SEC, well, it's not going to bode well for the markets, for cryptocurrency in general here. So this is part of why I'm seeing some bearish news and bearish reflection in the charts here, most likely due to that. With that being said, though, I don't believe cryptocurrency will go away anytime soon. In fact, I actually believe cryptocurrency will become further and further and move further and further along and get more and more adoption. But the question is, when? But it's not an if, it's a when. So what I'm trying to say here is that be patient and hodl. If you cannot deal with the volatility, then you know what? I would say cryptocurrency isn't for you, because cryptocurrency can go up 10, 15, 50% in a day and pull it all back the next day. It is literally volatility at its finest. So if you can't stomach it, I would suggest, you know, maybe going to an ETF like SPY, you know, something more stable, less worrisome, because if you're in cryptocurrency, you want to make it big. So in order to make it big, as they say, high risk, high reward. So it's your boy, Hey John. I want to thank you all for coming and joining me. I appreciate you guys very much. Hit the like button, subscribe, and notification bell. And most importantly, have an awesome day, and I will catch you all on the next one.